Hi, welcome. My name is Andy, and I have been trying to pivot for the last few years. Couldn't come to terms with what it was, and so I finally decided to listen to myself, and I'm taking the Lsat. I'm currently on week 3. I am a non-traditional student, meaning I have been out of college for 5 years, and on top of that, I also got a foreign degree. So I have a civil engineering degree from the Autonomous University of Guadalajara, which is in Mexico, Jalisco specifically, and it's been 5 years since I got that, and I haven't done much with it. I've worked in construction, but I've been very unhappy. I decided to follow a passion that I had when I was younger, which is law school. Because before I went into civil engineering, I was between communications and law. Neither of those worked out for me apparently back then. I do think I was very young, and I just chose whatever I thought would get me ahead the quickest. Which ended up being civil engineering, but I'm very unhappy. I have spent the past 6 years of my life just hating what I do and not being happy or content or proud of anything. So I'm about to embark in this new thing. I am kind of nervous because I do feel like I haven't used my brain in the past 6 years, if that makes sense. I feel like I've just kind of been in autopilot and nothing has really worked out for me. So currently, as I'm trying to study and I'm reading, some materials heavy, some materials not that heavy, I will say, this book is really good at digesting stuff for you. And so far, I'm only on page like 80, but it's been wonderful. I also have my wrong answer journal and my drills that I write down and I grade. And it's been very different. I don't really remember much of my college experience. Ended up having to get sober at 23. It's a long story. It's a long thing. But now that I'm an adult and I've been sober for about 4 years, I'm hoping this time around it'll be very different and I'll actually be able to make the most out of it. So far, so good. I am having a little bit of trouble with retention because I do feel like my brain has been fried from 1, those activities, and 2, from just extreme cell phone usage. I feel like I want my brain to be off at all times, and obviously that isn't ideal. That isn't the vibe. So doing small study sessions, I'm doing about 1 to 2 hours a day because I'm just getting started. I'm currently in the process of seeing all of my paperwork will be accepted because I am missing my título, and I'm in the process of getting it currently. It's going to take me about 6 to 8 months to be able to obtain it, which sucks. But I'm genuinely hoping that I'll be able to get into law school by the next fall, so fall of 2026. And I'm doing this kind of as a journal to see where I am next year, what things look like, how different it was from when I started. I originally started studying at the very beginning of August of this year, 2025. It is currently September 1st, and I feel like I've been making good progress. So I started with a diagnostic test, which I did not get a good grade on. I got a 144, but I'm working my way up, and seeing where I can take it. So far, I've been doing really good on my first set of drills. I got about 66% of them right, which I was very proud of myself for. I have noticed that my issue lies in my second guessing of my answers. So I'm working on committing to having one answer and that's it. If that makes sense. You'll see it a lot when you're studying for the Lsat. You have to be really convinced that the answer that you're giving is the correct answer, because if you're not 100%, then you're wrong. You know, one of those things. I'm actively trying to change the way my brain goes about dopamine and satisfaction, because I need everything immediately at all times, and that's another issue that, social media and whatever has affected my brain in. So I've been very careful with the amount of hours that I spend on my phone, because I do feel like I'm addicted to my phone, genuinely, and it's fucking with my ability to do literally anything else. I'm spending a couple hours a day just studying. I'm spending more time away from my phone. I'm working on getting my hours down for my screen time. I've blocked certain apps so that I can only use them 2 or 3 hours in a day. I'm really trying to build up a good routine and a life that I'm happy with, that I'm proud of. I don't know if it's because I'm in my late 20s and I feel like I have so much life that is just out there that I haven't been able to obtain, or if it's because everything in my body tells me that I need to make this change and that I need to pivot and that I can no longer just be content with the life that I don't like. I'm just very happy that I'm making this change, and I know it's gonna take forever, and I know 4 years sounds like a lot, but they're gonna pass whether I go to school or whether I stay stagnant. So I would much rather spend the next 4 years working towards building something that I love versus spend the next 4 years adding more experience in a field that makes me miserable, if that makes sense. Also, I think it makes me excited to be 30, and it makes me excited to explore that part of my life, and it makes me hopeful for the first time in a long time. I just wanted to tell you that 27 is not old. 29 is not old, 30 is not old. There's not a specific age in which we can stop trying things. The cool thing about life and living is that we are forever learning and we're forever changing and discovering things about ourselves. And I discovered that I just needed a little bit of support to push through, and for the first time in my life, I think I have it. And I'm very happy and I'm excited and I'm eager to see where this will take me, and I'm really happy that you can come along with me. This is kind of a reintroduction video. Obviously, I'll still post about cooking and all those things because that is very much my life. Currently, I'm really focused on creating new routines, introducing learning into my everyday life, and just actively pushing myself forward. I spent a lot of years trapped in my routine, and I spent a lot of years kind of thinking that because I made bad decisions, this is the life that I'm destined to live. And your life is not a punishment. It should never be that way. I don't have to pay for any bad choices that I made when I was younger. And I've made it so far, and I should really be proud of myself, and I'm learning to be proud of myself. And I think you should give yourself grace as well, because a lot has happened and a lot will continue to happen. But you know, you carry yourself, you keep it pushing and you keep it going and you do what you can to survive. And now we're here. I'm out of survival mode, and hopefully, and at a point in my life where I can start enjoying and having fun and learning different things. I'm obviously not where I want to be, but I'm headed the right direction, which in and of itself is super exciting, and it really gives me a lot of purpose. I would love to know if there's anything that you're doing that's different in your life, or if there's anything that you would want to do. I just love hearing how people change and how they change their minds and what they do that's different. I'm not saying that I'm gonna start doing a 5 a.m. routine and everything, but no, even the food I eat has changed a lot in this past year. I think stress has really with me, and it's really changed the way my body reacts and processes a lot of things. So in this next part of my life, I'm really looking forward to just fixing myself and picking up the pieces and making sure that I'm whole, that I'm happy, that I'm taken care of, and that I'm actually putting myself first. But yeah, that was my rant. Thank you so much for listening. I'm currently trying to read 2 to 3 chapters of my book today and have some drill time, and then tomorrow I will be doing another test to kind of see where I'm at right now and test how far I've gotten. I think the hardest part for me has been starting and knowing where to start and knowing what resources to use. So I'm going to link a couple of the resources that I'm using if you are interested in exploring law school, and I'll also be linking the books below. I get no money out of that. I'm just doing it because I like to share the things that I've learned. But I will be linking everything below, and I will be linking the resources and all the free stuff that I've found. Please, 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 if you know of anything else, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to check it out. And if you have any tips or good wishes for my time from now till hopefully I'll be taking the Lsat on January 10th. That's what I'm pushing for, but it all kind of depends on my paperwork and bunch of other stuff. But if you have any words of encouragement or anything you'd like to share, I would love to read about it. Quiero subscribe.